Greg in France.
Yeah, that's me.
Thanks for holding so long.
That's okay. Thank you for having me.
Certainly.
So, my situation is obviously quite different. Being an atheist in France is, I think, really different from being one in Texas.
Yeah, we know.
We were just talking about that. We're just to Emmanuel, weren't we? Yeah.
Secularism here is more to the tune of freedom from religion. Here it's more an anti-believer version of don't ask, don't tell, really.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to call to say that still, while the country itself is quite secular, religion itself has left quite a huge mark on the country.
Yeah, I've been to Notre Dame. It's got some pretty cool architecture.
Mm-hmm. Religion has given us some really great buildings, I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, because they were the guys with the money.
Notre Dame, that's paid by the state.
Mm-hmm.
Not for religious reasons, but more for its historical factor.
Yeah, sure. I mean, at the time, it was created as...
problem.
Yeah, go
there
ahead.
was a problem in 2006 concerning Notre Dame itself, or the square around it, because before it was called the Square de Notre Dame, but then the mayor decided to change it to Square John Paul II.
Ooh. And
so,
I'm guessing that upset some people.
It came out of left field, really, and it was really strange in that the guy, the mayor at the time, was a socialist, a gay socialist. So that come from him was quite a surprise for everyone, I think.
Yeah, was it some kind of bizarre political pandering, or what do you think was behind that? Did he explain himself?
I'm not sure about political pandering, because the guy was a socialist. He was quite liked, and I don't think there wasn't at the time a Catholic lobby like you could see now with the gay marriage that see on the news. That was also quite a surprise. But no, it was. I think it just died at the time. Mm-hmm. The Pope just died. And, I don't know. Maybe he felt it was because he was quite liked in France, but whatever.
Yeah, but this mayor probably just thought that would be a nice gesture that people
marketing
would.
strike.
And miscalculated.
Yeah. But we still have, for example, I was talking about when we have the weather forecast on the television. We still have the Catholic saints associated with each day of the year.
Okay. Well.
So it will be September the 3rd. It will be Saint Greg. So.
Wait. So they say the saint's name on the weather report?
Yeah, on the weather report. Yes.
Really? That's a weird detail that I wouldn't ever expect anyone to.
I did not know that.
Yeah, tomorrow the sun will get up at 6 a.m. and it will be Saint whatever the day.
And there's a saint for every day of the year.
Every single one.
Wow.
So 300. Wow, that's a real saint business.
All different.
Huh.
I feel like that's unfair to new saints, because they must not be able to get their own day anymore. Like they were trying to saint Mother Teresa a while back.
Well, maybe they have a thing where if they need to make room for more daily saints, they'll take some of the more long-standing daily. They'll upgrade them to weekly saints and free up a day for. I don't know, but how strange.
For example, to also public schools, we still have a few religious holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so do we.
Well, we have Christmas, obviously, but in France, it's quite a bit easier to dissociate Christmas from its Christian origin, because in English it's Christmas, so the Christ is quite obvious in the name.
Yeah, in France it's Noël, right?
In French it's Noël for the New Year. So people even know sometimes. Yeah, it's from the Christians.
No.
So you have Christmas, you have All Saints' Day, you have holidays for that. But for example, also you can see the rise of cultural Catholicism. There was a poll in 2007 where 51% of the French people said they were Catholic. But yet, of those who said they were Catholic, only half said they believed in God.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got one question. What is your personal take on the influence of Islam in France? Because I know that's been a little controversial over there.
Now, it depends. Really, they have no. If you talk specifically in politics, they have absolutely no voice. You do not have famous clerics who speak in their name. I think there are tens of thousands of mayors in France, and not a single one is Muslim.
Interesting. So
what's
so I guess
happening
you wouldn't give any credit to the idea that Islam is about to take over the country or anything like that.
I doubt it. Well, hardcore Christians in the U.S. will say, yeah, you will be overrun. They have 10 kids when you have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard those guys.
And the thing is, they may have more kids. The first generations may have more kids. But in the end, the same thing happens to them that happens to the rest of us. They don't follow the religions of their parents.
That's a beautiful thing.
Drift away. That's progress.
Away,
we like.
So of course, now we have the difficulties with third generations. Because the first generation and second, who arrived in France after the war in Algeria. They didn't practice their religions. They were quite open to the new culture. But to be frank, the French government kind of ignored those persons. They didn't pay their salary for their participation in the war. And so their grandkids have grown kind of a resentment to the country.
I see.
And those are the ones who run to Islamism.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why you see we call the city blocks, the horrible-looking city blocks you can see where there was all those fires in 2003.
Right. Yeah.
All those
from
cars
riots.
burning. It was those guys.
Okay.
But it's a little bit more complicated because you see they say the Christians have all those churches that are already built in the country, and we have nothing. So could you please help us pay for our mosques?
Right.
It can be quite difficult because while we say we are a secular country, it's hard to say we are a secular country. We do not participate in religious matters when we have the saints' days, religious holidays.
Yeah, I get that.
Notre Dame de Paris is in the square. It's called John Paul II.
Okay, Greg. Greg.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap up and pick up another caller. But thanks for the insights about your country.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I learned a lot of interesting things right there. I do appreciate that. But yeah, we do kind of have to move on.
All right.
Thank you for calling.
Nice talking to you.
Thanks.
See you.
Bye.